Welcome back, everyone, to Shattered Lands, Shield Wardens session number 13. Lucky number 13, maybe? We'll see. When last we left off, the group was in Gratos in the capital city. They had competed, they had a vision, they were talking with Sagranis, trying to find out some more information, and he had mentioned at one point that Senator Helle was here upon this island, during which time the group decided, well, perfect, let's go get some information. And with his information as to where she was located, which hotel, a place called Aria's Rest, the party heads out, went to the hotel, was able to distract the senator, who was having breakfast or brunch at that time, and was able to get upstairs into the second level of the hotel and break into the Empress suite where she was staying, and found some paperwork, of which they snagged and scurried off to the room that Hendrix had rented for the occasion in order to get upstairs easier. And that is where we left off. So let's go join our party. Hi, guys. You find yourself in this room. It is a nice, lavish kind of room, a large 4-post bed, plenty of space. There is like a table off to one side with 3 kind of lounge chairs that surround it in order for people to kind of be able to sit there. In the middle of the table, there's like a small brazier, a little fire going there, set up by the hotel staff for those who want to enjoy just kind of relaxing time in their room. A light blue glass lamp hangs from the top of the ceiling, which has been lit with a candle and lets off a nice gentle flicker of light. What would you guys like to be doing?
I think Pios is going to be like checking outside and making sure like no one has followed us. Like
okay.
He can, just checking.
Perfect. Yeah, no problem. You are
stealthing,
peeking out the room. You can open the door.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about.
Oh yeah, so anyone watching, we have moved back to the program that I've finally gotten to kind of work again. So hopefully it will continue to do so in the future, and all will be good. So peeking out the door, you spot the hallway seems fairly empty. There is a lantern hanging from the roof just above you. I need to pull this so I can see the room a little bit better. So you know that you are in room number 11. There is a long hallway off to your left that leads all the way down to a very long way down to where the Empress suite is. A series of rooms that you would guess to be about the same size as the one you're in break off all the way down this hallway. And then alternating, there are doors that open up into other rooms on the opposite side of the hallway. But the nearest one is actually quite a ways down from you. It is, let me do a quick measure, about 65 feet away from the door there. The stairwell, is on the other side of the rooms that are directly across from you. So these rooms right on this side over here. Mm-hmm. So on the other side of that, about 30 feet away, but around the corner, is where the stairwell is located.
Okay. I'm just going to watch general movement and see, just in case of...
And you just have the door, like, cracked a little bit, or...
Yeah, I've got that creepy, hotel guy looking through the little crack, so...
Nice, yeah. Cool. So currently, it is kind of late morning, I believe, is where we're at. because she was having brunch sort of thing. So there you hear in the hallways some sounds out there. Why don't you give me a perception check, and we'll use that as like the base for what we're doing and how much we're
give
doing.
me absolutely
A guidance while I see him checking through the crack.
Okay. What is Hendrix and Randy up to?
But what does guidance give me real quick? Because D&D is not on my side today.
A D4.
Wonderful.
D4. Apparently, I have not updated the token for Randy on here. Let me see if I can do that on the fly.
Oh, I was wondering why I felt so
13.
comfortable
Yeah.
in my own natural skin. Quick one. I am looking at my character sheet right now, and it's saying that I've got only half health. Did we have a fight and I'd forgot about it, or should I have taken a long rest?
You probably should have taken a long rest, because I'm pretty sure that no one...
That changes everything.
I'm pretty sure you guys took a rest before.
I mean, how mad would we be just be like rock out of a big old gladiatorial combat and then just go straight into sleuthing like bosses? I'm going to take all of the stuff that I have, and I don't think I wrote down yet anything on what I actually amassed. I won't lie, because it was there and is not in my loot for now. So, but I do recall stuff that I took from Helle's room was checkbooks and itineraries.
Yes, you found, if I remember correctly, you found an itinerary for like the day's activities of what's going on, where they're going to be. You found a series of documents in a safe, like in the floor, hidden underneath one of the rugs, which you hadn't really gone through. I think there was like 2 books and a loose piece of paper. There was like a brochure hidden in the bathroom for an island nation, not of this nation either.
But it was like, come here, have a good time.
Yeah. It was almost like a tourist brochure for Alessandra, which is a island nation a little bit away from here. I think that was.
So I'm going to take
general
all that documentation which is there. What I'm going to look for is connections. I'm looking for anything which has got names which are familiar on more than one item of documentation, or dates or places. Anything that links anything together in any way, shape, or form.
Try and give you a hand if I can.
At this
just
stage,
tell me the names.
Yeah, Hendrix. I mean, mate, listen. All we're doing at this point is just trying to see what sticks. You know what I mean? Like, we know that she's guilty, and we just don't know of what. You know what I mean?
Okay. Give me some of those papers then. Let's look for them.
All right, nice one.
All right. Why don't you guys give me investigation checks, either separately or someone can give advantage or whatever.
You can take advantage.
I tell you what, you take advantage, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration on it.
Okay.
I'll like as I'm giving it to you, I'm doing a soft little beatbox to try and give you like a lo-fi, chill out mood to help your study process.
Pios, what was your perception check?
What's the bardic inspiration at D6 at the moment?
I think it's more than that, actually. I think it might be D8. Let me check.
It was Bard 14.
14. All right.
Yeah, it was 11 plus 3, so...
Yeah, you're hearing just general scuffling of people moving through hallways. Nothing really catching your eye as important or, worrisome at the moment.
Cool.
How we doing, Hendrix?
I'm going to use this bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I think it's a D8, mate.
16 total.
You can actually re-roll that D8 again, because you've got me as a bard of creation.
18 total.
Nice. And we're going through just all the papers looking for anything that kind of catches your eye.
Yeah.
It's suspicious, right?
We've got them spread out on the table at the moment, just like looking at them, trying to see patterns, dates that conflict, see where she was, what she's been doing.
Well rolled, sir.
Yeah, well done.
Well inspired.
So, like, the itinerary and the stuff that you guys found on the desk really doesn't strike you too much, other than you kind of know where she's supposed to be and you know what's going on there as far as how her day looks out. What really kind of ends up catching your eye is as you start going through the books that you found in the safe, you find a lot of references to meetings with people with like notes on them. And depending on, are we doing like quick and dirty? Or are we doing like in-depth trying to find everything?
I think I've got this room.
Yeah.
You might as well at least spend a good hour in here just to have a rest and
100% have absolute faith that the other two will keep us safe so we can focus on our study.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are diving in, taking time, going through it. And some of these are going to be clicking with, I believe Randy had gone through a lot of the other notes from previous, like from the dead Senator Costa. So kind of putting some of these together of some of his suspicions of people that were paying her to look into or to create this new fleet of ships. A lot of these names that you're seeing meetings with are her kind of trying to arrange what seems to be favors or outright bribes. And there's numerical values in some astronomical figures too near some of these names that seems to indicate potential bribes for such service. And as you start like looking through it, like we're talking of like 100,000 gold coins when you start adding them up, like serious dough on these things. As makes sense, like each individual ship, I guess, depending on anyone's involvement with them, you know that an airship is not a small sum to produce, and you know
it's
that
an operation in itself.
Yeah, and you know that airship, if you're talking about like a new fleet of airships, people are standing to make lots and lots of money. So that part starts to click in that, like, obviously she wanted this bill passed for her own
greedy
gains. At some point during your research, and it's kind of tucked down, there's a spot that says, like, a note that's like, contacted MDT for removal of problem.
MDT.
And as
what was Marcus's initials? Marcus.
Yeah, Marcos del Torino.
Yeah.
I think De Torino or something like that. Yeah, but it is MDT. So you put that together pretty quickly because obviously you have some personal vendettas with. So now you have at least a small tie there, which Randy obviously had kind of sussed out a little bit with his appearance as Marcos earlier in the day with the senator, and stirring up some.
I'll just point that out to Randy, but look, at the bottom of this, the initials. Isn't that flashy sword guy?
Oh, yeah.
If need a clean up, contact here. As well, this money. The money on here, this is too much. Going in and out, the bribes. It has to be. Look at the names and how much has been transferred over. And the gifts and the favours.
So she's corrupt. We know this.
There's a lot of money in warships, apparently.
Is she receiving the money or is she giving the money?
It looks like she's in the centre of it, just shifting the money about, but profiting on the game.
Maybe we should take this to the ocean.
Is this enough?
No. Someone that big, you need to get everything. But we can let Theodosia know what we're working on. She already knows what we're working on. That's why she had us come here, because she knew that Alice would be here, you know? Okay, we have this information. We have these names. She is a tough cookie. They might be soft merchants. Although if they're guys who are in charge of companies that make warships, maybe they're not.
When it's this, I'm not the best at maths, but there's hundreds of thousands of gold coins being transferred in this book.
Someone wants a war. I told you that. I smelt that like a while back. It just smells like someone really wants a war. And I don't know if they're preparing for something that they know is coming or they're instigating. Because if it's the first thing, maybe we should be helping them out, you know? But if it's the second thing, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're looking at it in my lifetime. I've always thought of people and I've given them the worst interpretation to their actions, you know? Maybe I should start trying to look for the good in people on occasion. Maybe all of this she's doing for something that is a supremely good reason, and we have no idea.
They couldn't know about the demons and the devils, could they?
They could be prepping to deal with demons, but the other side of that coin is they might be prepping to give the demons the navy. We need to know where she's at with who's the planned attack for? Who's the planned defense against?
I don't know. Lucian, would your military people know anything about this?
We'll have to ask some people and see if I can, go up the chain and find out. But other than that, I have no clue.
It's going to make too much noise. You put the wrong word in the wrong ear and she'll know straight away, you know? Is there any way we can look at the books just now and see if there is money still owed to anyone in particular?
Yeah, give me some sort of check. Initially I'm just like intelligence of some sort, but it could be an investigation or
I'll go with
maybe even insight I could take as well.
I'll take insight. I see insight in this.
If I can help you.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you guys are putting your heads together, so
my advantage is an 18.
Okay, nice. Very good. So she on purpose wrote very cryptically in these books. Like there's information and there's names and stuff, but then you go back to some of the ledger that looks like a normal account books, ledger books, and you start placing numbers together with kind of like the dates of meetings and things like that, though she has them written in as different income sources.
Right.
She's got a couple of different ones where it's farm proceeds, but then as you look at it, it's that number, but then they left a zero out on it, sort of a thing. They start matching up. So she seems to have almost like a coding in her ledger, that her account books that you found that has that. You seem to see a few different notes on there that with the number that hasn't been filled into the ledger book. One of which is a crystal production place.
Okay.
One of which is a textile manufacturer that you're growing more and more familiar with, as the last name Helle Textiles is in there. And another one would be an arms manufacturer that seems to produce heavy ballistas and such like that are used on many of these ships.
Right. The crystal manufacturer. I'm looking at this and I'm seeing these numbers here don't correspond to numbers over there. So this is stuff which was purchased, but here there's no invoice to show that the money's been settled, right?
Maybe. Who are the people?
This one looks like it's a crystal manufacturer. This one looks like it's a heavy weapons manufacturer. And this one looks like it's Hellas paying herself by getting money being bribed into her factory.
Well, an army's going to need uniforms, guns, and I guess the crystals fuel the ships to fly.
Yeah.
She's contracted herself into it. I bet she's going to give herself the biggest cut.
Yeah. Do I point out the names to Lucius? Does he recognize any of the names, especially the heavy weapons guy or the fuel guy?
I suppose. Lucius, how much would you have been involved in the actual, like, weaponizing of the quartermaster sort of things with your lodge?
I think he would be probably pretty involved because whenever they would go to wars and they get new recruits and all that, he would help train some of the people and help with the inventory and stuff like that. See what we need and.
Okay. Yeah. So you, as you're looking at this name that hasn't been paid out, you see Nicoletta Lagatau. And you know that she is the head of a arms manufacturing kind of family, factory, business that services many of the areas. She's one of many, but definitely one of the powerhouses. In fact, I believe you've had issues with her because of her pricing for the quality that you're actually getting out of it. Like, so you feel that she charges more than she should for the quality of it. Not that they're not functioning
or like
weapons.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah. Yeah, she is more like that. Like, they're still functioning, but she charges a lot for what she gives you. And just, it didn't sit well with you. Plus, you weren't really a fan of her attitude when you guys did have dealings. Kind of very condescending.
Yeah, I would really relay the information. And I was like, yeah, I don't like that person.
Okay, well, but you know of them. Do you know if they've got a lot of competition?
Yeah, but they are the competition.
No, I mean, I'm trying to think of a situation where we can actually go to them and leverage them by saying she has found an alternate source and will not be paying them. I mean, that sounds like a pretty big order to me. I feel like they might be left pretty exposed by that.
Would I know another company or two below her that could pull a contract like that, especially on like a budget type thing, or they're desperate enough to they're undercutting her since she gets most of the deals.
Like, does she have like a traditional trading enemy?
Yeah, there's another manufacturer that you probably had dealings with, Nikitas Thedro.
Thedro.
Yeah, I'm going to change the one I had because, man, I can't even say.
Okay. Thedro. All right. Well, then, at that news, I look over at the guys and I'm like, so here's an idea that's starting to brew in my head. Maybe we can get into their business. Maybe we can say that we are going to be changing the terms of the contract as we have been able to put out for a successful tender at a lower price. And we just wanted to do a pure comparison with the owner of that business. And by talking with them in that situation, we can actually find out exactly what they're doing and when they're meant to have it ready for us. I mean, her.
I think that will work, especially if I go with you because she knows me and she knows I work for the military. So it can seem legit.
Yeah, and I could disguise myself as Helle as well. Or I could disguise Hendrix, who I think is actually better in that situation to not go flying off. I know my skill set, Hendrix, but you've got more focus than I do.
By the way, I was thinking before we go and do that, maybe we should pay a visit real quick to Sigran and see if there's something else you can see in there that we can't see.
Yeah, sure. No, I think it's a good shout, 100%. I don't say we have to go immediately there. I'm saying that this is a thing which we can do. We now have a direction. But I mean, there's still other stuff here as well. The fact is that...
But we got a better lead now.
I was going to say, if she's trying to do this, that island with the brochure on it, is that a heavily populated island?
I mean, it's actually a nation state, like a group of islands similar to the Leitong.
Is there anywhere on... So hold on, the Leitong have got their cluster of islands.
Yes.
Right? This is a whole other cluster of islands?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we found our target then. Either going towards or they're coming in. Interesting.
So in the layout, you would know that where the Leitong are is kind of in the general, as far as like the known populated islands in the southwest area. And then there is immediately bordering to the like direct east, there's the one solitary island, the Barania Raznich, which your brother would have been to, and some of the others had made their way to the Vampire Island. And then there's a large nation state, Desland. Above that, and like your direct border mate, kind of to the northeast, is Tel Kesarai, which is like the Elvish Islands.
Okay.
Then kind of like juxtaposed in between / slightly further to the east of there is Alessandra, which is the one you found the pamphlet on.
So this is not nearby at all.
It's not super far away either. It is like there's a large open airspace in between the two. It's not like you guys have been heavily endangered though by them. In fact, you may recall, as all this is kind of coming about, that during the Feast of Heroes there was a merchant there that was from that island that seemed to be trying to gather up resources, or from that island nation that seemed to be gathering up resources, trying to garner extra support as they're currently kind of going through a civil war.
Right. Okay. There's a lot there to ponder. But I think that we should take a look at those 3 locations. I think we should take a look at the heavy weapons cache. I think we should take a look at the fuel dump. And I think we should really take a look at Helle's textile factory.
About that, I can't just, even if I look like him, I can't just walk up there. I'm going to need some sort of identification or a letter or something to say.
I can make those.
So the textile one was Helle, which is the husband of your captain.
Well, we could maybe talk to that captain, but maybe we'll leave that to Randy.
Yeah,
He does more talking with her than anybody else.
I could kill them.
Yeah. Well, you said
So,
I could kill them.
I don't think killing Randall's little feathery friend is the way to go.
We could take their ship.
One step at a time, my friend.
Man, I just realized how many N first names I just picked for all of these. I did. Some of them were already existing, and some of them I randomly came up with, and I was like, oh, apparently I'm on an N kick today. No stress. That's right. It's a big nation.
shall we,
Just let me
did you
know.
want to go see Lucian?
Sigranus.
Yeah, our little wizard friend. He might be able to find stuff that we can't in the little book. So plus he's well connected, so he's good at keeping things on the low. So
I mean, I hope so. At this stage, we pretty much told him everything that we know.
yeah, that is true. I mean, if he bites us in the ass, that'd be horrible. But at least we know where to go and pay a visit if that happens.
Then
I'm
I
just
can
saying-
take him out.
I mean, if Sigranus turns out to be the big bad, we're all in a world of pain. Let's be clear.
Oh yeah, he definitely hurts. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
For sure. Let's not stay in the Aria's Rest. I have a feeling that it's about to get shut down.
I agree. We can't all walk out at the same time, though.
I mean,
There,
we
there's
can.
the-
We just don't walk out the same door.
there's windows.
You take a window. I'm taking a door.
There's
I'll
only
see
one
you guys.
staircase down.
No, there's one staircase for the staff. You think a place like this doesn't have a spare set of stairs just for maids and servants and whatnot?
Choose whichever way you please. I paid for this room. I'm going to use the stairs.
You do you, man.
You know what? I'll go with you since I mentioned to the person up front that I was your guest.
Okay.
Are you full size again?
No,
Lucius?
I'm not.
No, you're still tiny?
Yeah, he has my gauntlets at the moment.
Oh, then Hendrix, do you want to take all the documentation and keep it together? You're all strong now.
Okay. I'd make sure I pack it all in. But can't see any of it. In a satchel. Under the robes. Behind the cloak. In the darkness. Away from everybody.
All right. All right, so you and Lucius are going down the stairs. Pios, you're seeking to exit one of the windows.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I kind of snuck up here anyway, so...
All right, that's going to take at least 2 rolls, so there will be, some sort of athletics check to climb down and a stealth check to see how well. And depending on your athletics check, that may or may not influence your stealth check.
If you're jumping out a window, you might as well take all this stuff, because if I get stopped downstairs, I don't particularly want to have it on me.
That would be bad, yes. Let me take it.
I just give you I pull the satchel out of the darkness, under my cloak, around my back, over my head, give it back to him.
Such a journey.
I'd look at it and just throw it over my shoulders.
Madness.
It flies over your shoulders and lands on the bed. You need to attach it.
I have rope,
Okay.
and I want to use my rope as well as maybe try to do some kind of weird acrobatics thing.
Okay. All right. Sure. I'll let you switch to acrobatics.
Okay.
Are you guys waiting for him to exit through the window, or are you guys?
Are you going out of this bedroom window?
Yeah. As soon as I see him go out the window, I
yes.
roll my eyes and walk out the door.
Okay. No problem.
I'll wait to then undo your rope and shut the window.
Okay. That's one of the things I was curious about. All right.
Would have stolen another rope anyway. So.
It's more leaving evidence that I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I paid for this room, remember?
Yeah.
Ignoring the fact that you're doing this in the middle of the day.
Okay. D&D Beyond, this sucks. Donkey balls today, so I'm going to use my advantage from Chino Mentor. So when I want to attack the party and try to kill them, it rolls wonderfully. Wow, really? You rolled the exact same number.
Nice. All right. Give me a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay.
Based on that acrobatics roll.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, well.
I mean, I had a feeling you were going to end up being okay in the long run. Yeah, so you're able to get out. It's not the prettiest thing, but you are able to kind of aim for like a set of trees and bushes that kind of block the view from most people as you are exiting.
Yeah, it's all that extra weight they gave me.
Yeah.
With all the paperwork and stuff.
Half your size.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, just because you are exiting
We're on
the front of the building. So
yeah, and that's awkward too, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
but you got lucky between some commotion that's going on in the street and some of the like decorative trees that are planted out here. You're able to sneak down.
I hide behind the hippopotamus topiary.
Oh yes, it's a very nice one. All right, and then 2 are going down the main stairs, and Randy is finding the servant stairs, which I don't have properly built on this map, but I'm cool because that makes sense that there is one.
I would have totally been okay with there absolutely not being another set of stairs for the servants, and Randy taking an extra half an hour refusing to accept that in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, it would make... I had planned on putting in a second set of stairs, but I was building it really quickly. So when you said, I was like, all right, fine. I guess there really should be a second set of stairs. So yeah, you're able to find it. This particular one, though, as you make your way down and you start going down the stairs, you realize that there's not a door that goes into the first level. It keeps going down.
Right. Sure. That makes sense.
The other 2, you walk out and they just say, have a good day, see you later, as you exit the front door of the building.
Randy's going to keep on going down.
Okay. Yeah, you get down and you find a very solid, plain, nondescript door at the bottom, not decorative in any way, shape, or form. And you can kind of hear the sounds of like people talking in like common vernacular too, that like not very high society, of which you are probably fairly well versed in this
Yeah. Let's assume I know how to hold my own when it comes to any kind of vernacular. But I will cast Disguise Self before I open up that door.
Okay.
And I will turn myself into a human male, dark-haired, white, light-skinned, with a receding hairline and a slight paunch, wearing white shirt and a tie, classic servant's clothing. Okay?
All right.
All right, cool. I'm going to open up that door and just walk on through.
Yeah, you see this area particularly seems to be like a laundry area where they have like, there's a woman there folding sheets. There's a man ironing, various pieces of clothing with like a rack of clothes lined up next to it that he's like, when he finishes ironing, and he's currently in that stage, like he just finished one, pulls up this like expensive looking shirt, puts it on a hanger, hangs it up on the rack. There's a couple other people that are like loading up into tubs to wash like shirts and stuff like that. And you see like a teenage boy kind of look over and says, "Hey, what's going on here? What are you doing in here?"
Oh, one of the knobs up top got a bit lost. They don't know where they put their gold lame. I've been sent down here to see if they actually got put in with their laundry. I don't want to be down here, mug. You know what I mean? But here I am, son.
Jeez. This freaking rich people.
Yeah, knobs. A lot of them.
I mean, we've unloaded everything, and I haven't found anything in those pockets. A couple bits of pieces, paper here and there, but nothing gold.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Listen, you just do what you got to do, mate. I'm just going to do a quick shifty around here, all right? Don't mind me. You won't even know I'm about, all right?
All right. I'm busy. Let me know.
Just walk. I'm walking the perimeter of the entire area, trying to see if there is a window or a door or anything that can get me out of here.
I mean, you do spot, like, as you're walking around and you get past, you can see past this, like, rack of clothes the guy was working. There is a doorway that, like, leads further in towards the building area.
Okay. I'm going to look around at the others who are all staring at me, give them all, like, a big old cheese eating grin, like,
yeah,
and they just walk through that door.
All right, just give me like a deception check or performance check or something like that, just to.
I'd make a performance check to see if people are not going to respond.
Yeah, see how out of place they feel you might be. That's
a 22.
Yeah, you get the sense as you close the door that they're not really that concerned. Like, what can anyone be doing down here?
Right.
And perhaps even that some servants are sent down from the private quarters of these hoity-toity people to do some errand down here. So yeah, you go through the doorway and you find yourself, there's like a long hallway there. You see a couple of people kind of going back and forth as they're like walking around, some going into some side rooms, some just walking the hallway. Like, you see one woman walking down the hallway with like a basket of like folded linen towards this laundry room area.
Yep. Gonna place myself in a position where I'm on the other side of that basket, so he doesn't really see my face, and I'm just gonna keep on walking through, cursing the fact that I have to actually press myself against the wall, knowing that if I was my usual height, I could have just gone under the basket.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tall people suck. Gonna get past that guy, and I'm not gonna steal any dirty laundry. That's just weird. That's just a bridge too far for Randy Rhodes. I'm gonna keep on walking.
All right. Yeah, you come across like doorway. There's no actual door in it, but there's like, an archway there, and you can kind of see in there. There's a bunch of tables set out. There's some trays set up with like sandwiches and fruit and stuff. This appears to be like kind of cafeteria area for the staff. You see a couple people sitting around enjoying their break time, chatting and laughing. If you continue past that, you do eventually find a doorway that has like a stairwell like symbol carved into it.
So there is absolutely a standardized basement element to all of these hotels. It is safe to assume, at a certain quality and of classiness, that is what we can expect.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna walk them through, taking an apple from a table and munching on it, and go do one.
All right. Yeah. So you make it. You go up these stairs, and you get to another doorway. Which, as you're ascending, it appears to just be one floor back up. So it seems to be back to the ground floor area.
And I exit.
Okay. You find yourself in the lobby area. There is a.
At this point, me and Lucian are out the front, like,
Yeah.
why is taking him so long? Like,
You look inside and you see me appear in the lobby.
we wouldn't because you're disguised.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
Anyways, yeah, you find yourself in this lobby area. There is the front desk there, and there is an individual behind the desk, kind of as the door opens, glances over and like gives this inquisitive look. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? Coming up from there?
Yeah, no, sorry. Thought they were in the toilets. My bad. Have yourself a great day, mate. See you later.
They like raise their finger as if to say something, but you are able to kind of like just keep going and press on.
Yep.
Meanwhile, while you guys were outside, what, if anything, were you guys doing?
I'm coming around the hippopotamus.
Okay.
So where we go next?
Who are you asking? The hippo?
No.
Who are you?
Are we there?
I came through the front of the building, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Then yeah, so I'm seeing you talking to a hippo? Essentially?
No. I should be.
We're behind the hippo. You just can't see us yet.
Yeah.
So you see a random human walk up to you and be like, hey guys,
Who are you?
I
It's
grab
me.
my short sword.
it's Randy, it's Randy, calm down. Anti-shoelace.
Right. And I released my hand.
Oh, okay.
He almost got his rock, man. You got lucky.
Language is fun. Love playing with words. Anti-shoelace. All right.
Remember, we need to think of a code word for all these people that shapeshift. Can't be too careful nowadays.
Me and Randy already have one.
Got a pretty good one. It just, I mean, it works. I'm alive. Not even been
Okay.
stabbed a little bit. That's amazing.
Y'all should learn.
We're walking and talking, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're not having a chat right outside the hotel with like papers poking out of people's backpacks and whatnot. No.
No problem.
By the way, I'd take off the thing and hand it to Hendrix.
Do you want me to carry the incriminating stuff?
Well,
Under
you're
my
the one
cloak.
who's strong. When you're
In
no
the
longer
shadows.
strong, we'll get
Behind my
Lucius to do
back.
it.
It slightly threw me off when I was going down the second story, but I'm okay now. Not used to carrying paperwork, unless if it's for my ass.
That makes sense for you, that is.
How
It is
powerful.
good quality. I heard 2-ply is the best, possibly 3-ply.
Guys, do you know anything about Gratos? How powerful is the government here?
Very
I do not know of government.
This is the capital, so
I wonder
First
what
time I've been to
happens
the island.
if we okay, no, it's fine. We have a plan. We'll stick to it. This is literally the thing that I said I would do, and I needed someone else to keep me on point. I will have like 1,000 ideas, and we'll not be able to focus on any one particular thing.
I mean,
yeah, let's see some
last town we
randoms.
came from, we started shit. So do you want to start shit again? I look over at Lucius. Maybe you need to be in jail.
What did I do this time?
Nothing, but that was the plan last time. Was it correct?
Yeah, that was a very bad plan. Why don't we just do what we need to do and get out of here?
I think we've
I
done
like-
what we need to do here. I mean, the only thing that I would suggest if we're going to do anything here to actually impede Hellas is to drop all of the information and knowledge that we have at their government's doorstep and say that she's right here in Aria's rest right now. You can arrest them for absolute conspiracy to perform some kind of act.
Does she live here?
No?
Okay.
I think if you're gonna do that, we should see Sagranas and then Tidosha and see what she thinks before we pull the trigger and cause some major chaos.
I agree.
Or get killed in the process or something. I mean, she has people in her pocket, so you don't know who's corrupted.
No, that's fine, Mr. Bossy. Whatever, let's go.
I just don't want to end up in jail half naked and, you know,
Again.
all that.
Again.
He has learned since he's been in jail.
To not be in jail anymore?
Hardened criminals get reformed or die.
You know that I was only locked up for one night, right?
I mean, not even that.
But you went crazy, remember?
Yeah, you did lose it.
That's true.
It is okay, and I go up to Lucius and pat him.
Thank you, buddy. That's just what I needed.
Yeah.
Spend more time in the woods, less in the city. Your head would clear out, and you would think straight.
Thank you for this advice. I'll take it into consideration.
Yes,
Let's go to Sagranus and Theodosia.
indeed.
Rabbi.
All right, so you know that Sagranis is staying at a place called the Sapphire Cloak. You know that Theodosia is staying at the Jade Lion. Where are you guys headed to?
Let's go to the Jade Lion and make Theodosia send for him to come to her. God, my feet are miles away. Look how far they are. Look at that. Oof.
Just like your shoulder height going. It's just normal. You'll get used to it eventually, buddy.
I feel
even
crazy
I've got
and
used to it
I do
now.
not want to get used to it at all. I refuse to accept it. I will cast all kinds of chaotic magic until I get turned back into who I am. I'll do it. I'll chaos bolt this entire marketplace. This old woman, yeah, you woman. I'll hit you with a bolt of energy that'll.
I'll give you an elbow into the ribs.
Don't cry.
Don't mind him, he's drunk.
Yeah, she scurries away, a little bit scared.
Yeah.
Eyeing you as she rounds the nearest corner she can find to get out of line eyesight.
Do not worry, Randall. If worst comes to worst, I can always cut off your legs.
I look over at him and I'm
Problem
like,
solved.
that's not how any of this works, and I think you know that on some level. So I'm gonna just change out for my disguised self, and as I change from human, I had this moment of going, oh, "Am I? No, I'm an elf." That's fine.
As you guys are heading towards the Jade Lion, which you know is close to the Tribune's palace, kind of near the Senate building up there, Lucius, you hear a voice come into your head. Lucius, I've been contacted by your father. Seems like we may have something for you. Join us at Theodosius.
Will do. And look at Rendell. Apparently he's already headed to Theodosius. So.
Well, all I know is, wait, how do you know that?
He sent me a message. You know wizards, they do things.
All right. Kind of lost the aspect of surprise, but whatever, it's fine. I suppose we'll still do the plan.
Truthfully, I thought you were going to call me crazy, and I said I already proved that, but...
No. At this stage, you said your dad was a god, and he turned out to be a god, so at this point, I'm like, whatever, man. He doesn't lie. You know what I mean? Until I find evidence of you actually lying, I will now regard you as a person that always tells the truth.
You know, I gotta start lying.
Yeah, I was going to say.
No, that's exactly how that should go. The real question is whether or not Randy said that to you knowing you would then start to lie or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you told him that, so you're good.
As you guys make your way across the island, you come across the park on one side and a couple of magical shops nearby.
Ooh, can we pop in real quick?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Probably a good idea to jump
Yeah,
in.
don't you need to pay somebody off?
nope. And I just dive on in. I'm like, it's a magic shop. How are we not going into a magic shop? Live your life. Jeez Louise.
You know what? I'm gonna look at Pius, and I'm gonna go, Pius. I think you deserve something, especially after that crazy battle. So why don't you find something that you think would help you out, and I'll give you some money to help you get it.
Which battle are you talking about? We have had many.
The one in the Coliseum.
Yes, that was not right. That was an open area.
It's
we were
okay.
not in the trees.
If it wasn't because of all these people looking at you, you would have had this. 100%.
The people was not the problem.
You know what I mean. They would have looked at you and that gave it away. So you're good.
Maybe. Anyway, there is a point here.
So Randall, you step into the smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
As you step in, it is dark. The door was open. You step in, it's dark, and then all of a sudden there's a flash of light, and you see the man jump out and go, "Welcome back to the smoke and mirrors. Randall, I've been expecting you. Have you brought my payment?"
Yes, I absolutely have. How much was it again?
600 gold is the remaining balance of your wonderful purchase. That I hear did wonders in your victory.
Oh, yeah, for real. And I love it. It's great. So that's 60 platinum pieces, is that right?
Yes.
I give that to him.
Oh, why, thank you. It's such a pleasure doing business with you. And I sense that the instrument has advanced in its capabilities.
Oh, you think?
I believe that you have come to terms with it, and it is growing to enjoy your presence.
I mean, it's a good loot. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I mean, let's not get caught up in the moment here. It's a very lovely instrument. So we're enjoying that. But whilst I'm in here, I've only got a quick moment. Do you have anything for I guess I'm looking for any kind of special catapult related magic?
Catapults related magic. Are we talking about like a large projectile thing? That would be more on the weapon side. Or are we talking about scrolls?
Yeah, like a kid's flicking fire. Rather than one which would be like a sling, I guess. But a sling would work as well. I guess what I'm looking for is for my friend. He is on a kick right now. I was wondering maybe if you've got like a bag of stones that when you throw them, they turn into boulders and then they land on someone. You know, something like that. That'd be groovy.
I mean, there are such magical instruments as magical stones.
Oh, yeah?
But, I mean, I don't believe they turn into boulders. If they're used in such military offensive sort of things, I don't tend to,
not your bag.
No.
I knew I liked you for a reason. That is amazing. Listen, what magic stones do you have and how much are they as a collective?
Oh, well...
Don't even tell me what they do. Just how many do you have and how much are they each and how much is the total?
Well, I have various stones that float around your head and can give you various benefits. But, I've got about 4 of them, and they range from about 2,000 to 10,000 gold pieces.
Well, have yourself a great day. See you soon. Bye now.
Did anyone else go into that particular magic shop, or did everyone just
No, I'll
outside?
be outside.
It got expensive. I can't breathe.
And down, Randall and Hendrix would know that down the street is another magical shop that deals more in weaponry and armor.
Yeah, we should go there and let Pius get something.
Let's go in there for sure, for sure.
I'll go in there and greet them. It was a dwarf, wasn't it?
Yeah, you see a female dwarf that is in there. Currently, she's polishing like a great axe. She's got like a cloth out, and she's just kind of slowly working in circles around the great axe. She looks up.
Oh, I just...
The rose
if you
one,
could-
yes?
I want to thank you for the shield. It did its job. I brought some friends. We're actually looking for something in particular for one of my companions. What sort of thing are you looking for, Pius?
I do believe something to allow me to not, how would you put it, be seen in open areas,
All right.
but yet stealthy enough to enhance my already natural abilities.
All right.
I'm a hunter of sorts.
So maybe something
So-
like with camouflage or...
Something of that. I would like to hunt in like open grasslands and deserty areas without being seen.
Well, I guess there's a couple of options. Both have advantages, depending on what it is. I have a cloak that was recently traded in towards another piece of armor. Normally, I would have probably passed this off to Smoke and Mirrors, but just came in. It is of elven make, and it helps you avoid being seen when you want to. Helps you hide better, helps camouflage you a little bit with the natural surroundings and the things around you, as long as, you know, the hood's up and it's kind of concealing you as best as it can. And I also have a matching set of boots, which does something very similar, which tends to more on you being able to move quietly and not leave traces as you walk. They're both about the same as far as pricing goes. I could let them go for, say, 500 gold. Whichever one you wanted, or both for 750.
I'll go pass with you.
Yeah.
Will he be able to use both at the same time? Or?
I mean, they do slightly different things, so they could be used together. But
I'm gonna put the gold down to 750.
Lucius is such a baller.
And
Like, Lucius has definitely got a black credit card for sure.
yeah,
You know, like facts.
well, damn,
I-
apparently I'm pretty free with this money I'm giving out.
no, you're not. I'm skinned like, all the time. I don't know how.
I've got over 500 gold pieces. but, like,
That's
dropping
what I get
750,
for
like,
betting on myself from that fight.
Oh, there you go.
the
Pius
Jeff
looks over
is
at
real with
Lucius
this guy.
and cocks his eye. Are you sure you wish to do this?
Absolutely. That way, the next time you see a tall guy, you can just hit him in the head with a stone and he won't even see it coming.
Yes, but more so, I consider you a good friend, and you will be protected
Oh,
From
that's
now
so sweet
on.
of you.
with my
He's
life.
gonna give him a little hug. Like, it's okay, buddy.
I do not normally do this, but okay.
Don't worry, I won't tell anybody.
This
Talking of throwing stones,
is awkward. You can
do you
let
have
the-
anything that might help him throw stones? A sling with maybe any enhancements on it, or
Any
some sort of-
stones?
empowered stones that might do some effects.
have a magical sling that I bought last time. So
Oh, there we go.
stones that do stuff would be nice.
Magical stones would be cool, actually.
Well, if you've got a sling, you can always throw potions. So if we get any...
That would be interesting. Potion stones.
That's very interesting because I can actually make things at any given moment.
We could,
GM, can I make literally anything in this world within the framework of it being the expenses that I can afford?
Do you have to have seen it before, or can it just...
I think I need to have seen it before.
Yeah. But, I mean...
But I've seen a fair amount.
I think so, right? It's 80 gold or something like that.
Yeah. I think it's gone up now, now that I'm at a high level bar. But yeah. Principles, I create something for a while. So my question then, I guess, is I could create a very shatter desirous wants to shatter jar of concentrated acid or alchemical fire, and I could just give it to Pios.
I mean, yes, but your thing lasts for a certain amount of time.
Right. But if he fires it and it bursts all over someone, it's going to do that damage, right? Because it's a natural thing.
Well, question, how is it worded? Because is it non-magical?
Yeah, it's a non-magical item.
Yeah, I think things like alchemist fire, any potions are automatically considered at least magical.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What about purple worm blood?
That's more than 80 gold pieces.
Dang it, I knew you'd get me one way.
I was like, nope. Can't open this bag of worms.
But acid, regular acid and stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could make...
Molotov cocktails?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, basic things. Yeah.
A giant block of cesium? I went too far again, didn't I?
Little far on that one. Little far. Equipment. Let me see what...
brick of cocaine.
So yeah, like you could make a vial of acid. That's okay. Alchemist fire you can make as well. Those are considered adventuring gear as per D&D rules. So yes, you could make those sorts of things.
And you could probably make different poisons too, hallucinogenics.
Yeah.
That range.
And I think as long as they're used within the time frame, that's cool by me. Like, you can't make it in the morning.
Then I hold on to it
8,
days
10
later.
hours later or the next day he uses it. But yeah, you could totally... We're going to go into this dungeon or we're going to go into this battle in Pios. Here's this thing. So as long as it's in the equipment section of D&D Beyond.
If it's in the equipment section of D&D, you're happy to actually have it be created.
Yes.
Okay. That is all I need to know.
So after I pay her and
open Pandora's box.
and Piles grabs stuff, I will look up to her. Do you got any magical spears by any chance?
So do I add cloak of what is it?
So there's a cloak of elven kind and a boots of elven kind. I don't know if you guys want to split those up because they kind of do very similar things, or we just want to make it super.
They were bought for Piles.
Yeah, that's all for him. He can be a magical little invisible gnome thingy thing.
I feel comfortable knowing that the badger is going to be utterly silent as he deals his death. Yeah. I think that's for the best.
That's cool. Yeah. I love it. I love it so much.
Guys.
I love that everyone in the group is like, these are cool magical abilities, but no, they only belong to one person.
Yeah. That can be only one.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
Yeah, so let's see. Spears, you say? Of course we've got spears. We've got some that are just better at hitting things of various degrees or levels. I do have one. It's kind of a different sort of a thing that it can steal life from something once you finish it off. Like, if you strike a killing blow, it will... and she pulls one off the wall, and it's got this crimson spear tip that looks very similar to Hendrix's sword.
I would look at him like...
We should
I'll
all
hold
be
my
very
sword up.
worried that there is a family of these swords out there.
That's a spear.
And
Lucius is
how
gonna
much
get
would you
that.
like
You'll have
for
the
that?
spear, and you'll have the sword, and then we're going to find out that sling is also related to the family as well.
Well,
With armor.
they're quite nice. They help you hit a little bit harder, and again gives you a little added benefit of slight life gain if you need it. I could probably let it go for... You guys are good customers. I could do $650.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'll take the spear that I have, and I'll just leave it in the counter and grab the other one and kind of jab in the side real quick. Yeah, that works. Broke as hell now, but that works.
You lift that
Did
on
you
your
just drop 1,400 gold pieces like it ain't no thing?
Yeah, I'm broke now.
Guy is so drip.
You just bought 3 magical items, and you're like, okay, now I'm broke.
Now I have to go and do some adventuring. I
Yeah.
have no money.
Before we go, I know you're not a general store, but you wouldn't have to have anything I can use as lockpicks.
Oh, you need
Basically, I
some
just
lockpicks.
a lockpick set. Yeah, thieves' tools.
Yeah, I could find some. You know what? I'll go send someone if you want to relax here for a minute. I'll send my husband down the road a little bit, pick you up some. I think they go for... Let me double check the cost. I think it's 50, right?
Yeah,
Thieves' tools.
I think so. 40 or 50.
25. 25 gold
Oh, okay,
pieces.
even better.
I'll send them for it. It's 25 gold pieces. I'll have them bring them back. Would you guys like something to eat or some beverage? I've got some tea on.
I love a cuppa. Also, whilst you're doing that, whilst you're making that brew, can you have a quick think, yeah, and come back to me? I want the weirdest thing you've got in this shop. The thing that you think has got great value, but for whatever reason, everyone else looks at it and goes, why would I ever need that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think.
Whilst he's in the back there thinking about it, I'm looking around like, can I nick anything?
The place is kind of covered with magical swords and armor and such. It's just up to you whether you want to do that. There's some polish on the counter next to the battle axe with the polishing rag. And what are you looking to nick?
Tell you what, I started off thinking about something to nick, and then as I start looking around, I'm actually looking around for anything that's black and white.
Okay. I mean, you don't see anything in particular that would, out of just being normal, like, items that might be colored in certain colors based on their initial design. There wasn't anything that's, like, standing out that it belongs to this place as a symbol, if that's what we're looking for. Or are you just looking to add to your motif?
Just looking to add to the motif. I wasn't looking for a sign that I found one of mine.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Although, to be fair, I've not found any of mine on this particular island so far.
No.
I've not really been looking either, to be
No,
fair.
that is true. I mean, you do see a nice set of, like, studded leather armor that seems to be, like, in a very, like, black and white kind of motif on it. It seems to be formed into what looks like bird feathers. That like all the bits of leather overlapping each other. Looks like bird feathers. With
do I get a sense of magic coming off of this thing?
Yeah, I mean, everything here you would know would be some sort of magical.
Could I be sneaky? Did I actually take it on? I always forget whether or not I've got identify as a spell. Like I always forget. It's just the worst. No, I don't have it. All right then, that's cool. Yeah, all right. I'm super into a feather studded leather armor. That is absolutely my bag. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Comes back out with like a tray with a teapot and several like teacups. Starts pouring some, passing them around to everybody.
Thank you. That's very nice.
Of course, of course.
So what do you reckon?
Well, are we looking for a weapon, or are we looking for...
I don't mind, honestly. Just the thing that you have regarded with exasperation that no one else wants to take it off your hands.
All right. I'm going to think
also,
on this.
Yeah, fair one.
But
also, this studded leather armor, how much for that?
Let's take a quick break, because it is that time. And then,
is it?
It is for me, because I haven't had breakfast. So we'll be right back, and then I'll also take a quick look through some of these items while we come back for that. So thank you for joining us, watchers. We have quite a bit of people in chat, which is fun. There's some advantages and disadvantages going around, not much of which has been needed too much recently because shopping. We're going to come back shortly. I'll have some item ideas, and we'll be right back, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Sky Castle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge. Now, let's get back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. Before break, our party was out shopping. So there we are. Randy, we were looking at a couple things. So she starts pouring tea for everyone. Well, I've got a couple of things that are out there that are, some are interesting. I don't have much that is like shunned for any reason. I tend to get rid of anything that seems to be cursed or, anything like that.
Sure.
I do have this interesting bit that we came up with recently. It is, and she goes over to a shelf and pulls out like a small, like throwing knife sort of thing.
Okay.
So this particular one, it's sort of like a one-use magical effect sort of thing. So you can utilize it, and when you command it, it will seek out a target of your choice within about 120 feet. And as long as you can see it, or have seen it recently, then it will guide this particular dart to hit the target, or at least, very accurately. The target could still possibly dodge at the last second, but it hits and does a little bit of damage. It's a nice little item just for I need to hit something, and some mages have something similar. It's like a magic missile, I think. It kind of works like that. A little bit stronger, not a lot, but a little bit, and it's just like an extra little. Someone can throw that out.
A one-time thing, yeah.
Yes. After that, it just becomes a normal little throwing dagger.
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's very interesting. How much?
Oh, it's not too crazy. This is just 50 gold.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Well, certainly. We'll put that in the very likely pile.
Mm-hmm.
What about this feathered armor?
Well, it's an interesting piece that we got in trade, actually. This isn't one that we created, but it enhances your defense over and above a similar piece of armor likened to it, aka a +1. But in addition, if you find yourself falling, it can slow that descent once every day or so.
Yeah, I can do that myself.
Yes. Fair enough. I mean, it's not for everyone. It's just...
How much is it?
You guys, like I said, have been good to us. I could maybe let it go for about 300 gold pieces.
It's a bit steep. I'll tell you what. I'll take that and I'll take the dagger for 250 total.
Both, that's kind of a steep ask. I could do maybe both for 300 even.
Okay. Thank you. And I give him 300 gold.
All right. So you can add a +1 studded leather right now, and I'll make up the featherfall part of it on something. And then Seeker Dart is actually a magical item that's in the inventory of things.
That'd be really useful if you coat it with poison or something.
Yeah.
And then shortly comes running in a leather apron covered male dwarf with graying blonde hair and beard, and he's carrying a leather satchel, basically, or small leather rolled up item in his hand. Who's the tools for? The lockpick tools?
Oh, mine. Thank you.
Oh, right. Here you go.
I'll take and give him 26 gold. Obviously, 1 extra for the fact that he ran out for me.
Why, thank you. Anything else you guys need? I'm gonna go. I'm working on a piece of armor.
What are you working on?
Well, I'm putting together a nice plate set of armor. We'll work on the enchantments later. That's more my wife's side of things. I like to make the physical structure of it.
And okay, thank you. I'll turn to his wife and if we wanted to put enchantments into existing, what's the turnover on that and the cost? Now I understand the greater the enchantment, the more difficult and the cost.
Yeah, I mean, because a certain amount of magical items or brain not working, magical instruments that I must use in order to create certain things, there's a certain at least base cost. But, I mean, for a fairly low level enchantment, depending on what it is, just let's say a basic enhancement of your armor, we're looking probably about 450 base price for adding it onto something. then it can go up depending on how crazy or insane it is. There are some more basic, minor things like, illusory effects that could be done for maybe less. Like I had a person who liked to just be able to change the color of their armor whenever they went out to battle. That's not too bad. That's maybe like 100 gold worth of my effort.
Okay. Food for 4.
What was that?
It's just food for 4.
Oh, yes.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yes, if you ever need it. Got lots of things on the docket, but for good friends like you, I think we can manage.
How quick would the turnaround be?
Oh, well, depending on the level of enchantment and the rarity of the goods I need to do it, within a few hours to maybe a couple of days. The longest I think it ever took me was a week for something that was very complex and required a lot of magical instruments and or outside help.
Okay.
Now, if it's a start to finish item, maybe more. But if you already have the base, armor or weapon, then maybe able to do.
I think I'll take you up on that color changing thing. Is there any chance you can put that on a cloak that it can just change color? That come in handy if we ever need to, blend in or get away from things.
Yeah, just change the color of a cloak. Yeah, I could do that. That's like I said, about 100 gold, and you choose the color, the hue. I wouldn't give you true camouflage like the one he just picked up, but could definitely allow someone to perhaps think you were somebody else if they're basing their whole judgment on your cloak.
I just put down 100 gold.
No, I like this group.
Thank you.
I could have it done in a couple hours. Send my husband over, or send a courier over when it's done. If you have a place you want me to deliver it to, or you can come back and pick it up. Either way, I trying to offer.
I think I'll do that.
All right.
You've been generous enough. Thank you very much.
Where you want me to send it to, or you want to come back?
I'll come back.
All right. Yeah, by dinner time or so, I should have it done.
Thank you.
Now that spear you have, it's a nice piece, but depending on how much attention you may want, or the stigma that it may come with, you do know those blades, they're made in one specific place, and I acquired one to study and try to figure it out, but never been able to crack that code. Same as your friend's blade over there, same place. I saw it when you were fighting.
What place is that? I acquired this from a deadly duel where I defeated a powerful enemy in a fist fight, and won the sword. But nevertheless, whereabouts do they originate from?
They're only made at the barony. The vampires put them together, or their servants. I'm not quite sure how. They vary in levels of power and complexity, but there's several that have been scattered around now, either taken from them or earned through favors. But nonetheless, someone sees you, they may think you're a friend of the barony, or one of them altogether, depending on what the time of the day.
By the way, Hendrix, can I see your cloak real quick?
I take my... I've just got the black cloak I stole from that nobleman's house. So
I'll put it down on 100 gold down to this one as well.
All right.
Naked now.
I think with your abilities,
now hanging out.
It'll be really good for your abilities. I think if you can change,
Hey, I appreciate it.
Okay, well, anyone else?
We've really got people to see.
Okay, Mr. Elf is going to be the only one that doesn't have a changing cloak, though.
I don't need a cloak.
Unless you want to throw one in for free for all the
No
business,
cloaks.
or at a pay you later discount. I can't afford it at the moment.
It's all right then. I'm sure he's got other tricks up his sleeve.
Yes, I have many.
Yes, it does.
Well, I've got some work to do, it appears, and I got to get this done before my husband finishes that armor. So we'll see you later today then.
Have a good
See you
day.
later.
See you later.
Let's go.
Let's go see Zedosha.
All right, you guys take your path through the city, making your way to the Jade Tavern, Jade Lion Hotel. You make it in. Obviously, the reception recognizes you and nods to you as you're able to head upstairs to the kind of like basically penthouse suite that Theodosia has. And there's a guard at the door, but nods and actually opens the door for you guys. And as you step in, you can smell the scent of burning wood, the crackling of the fire in the fireplace nearby. Sitting around the kind of like coffee table area on some very like plush couches is Theodosia, like in a chair, like armchair sort of thing. And across from her in a similar armchair is sitting Sagranis.
Hello.
Hello. Come, sit down. I've been hearing that you've been very busy.
Oh yeah? What have you been hearing?
Well, Sagranis has told us of a little bit of the things you were looking into and filling us in more on his suspicions of what has transpired based on some visions and such.
Oh yeah. Well, we got some stuff going on. Hendrix, do you wanna?
I'll take the satchel off and just like dramatically put it down and not open it and just step back like, no.
A little dramatic, don't we feel?
Because I know they won't have a clue what's in the bag. So I'm like,
She'll reach over, start taking out the things and spreading them out. Well, this will take some time, I think, to go through.
start pointing out the things that that I picked up, the names, the initials, the money.
She'll glance over at Sagranis. Wow. Do you know much about creating ships of the air? And look at you guys.
Not a thing.
She'll look over Sagranis. Yes, it is a well-guarded secret that most don't share. But, let's say the least, basic one of any fighting capability is probably close to 400,000 gold pieces in various parts, equipment, and manpower.
Wow.
It's takes quite a bit of rare substances and rare conduits, I suppose, in order to make it do what it does as effectively as it does. So we're looking at some high amounts of money that people can be making on these things. So definitely
Yes.
seems that Helle had vested interest, at least in the sale of these favors. And now, especially without her rival she would stand to be the decider of most of these contracts.
Also slide the pamphlet for the other islands across. This is also found as well in with the stuff. Now it's all speculation at the moment, but what happens if they're attacked, or we attacked? I'm just trying to figure out why they want all these ships.
Well, it could be that they just want the monetary gains from the creation of a fleet, but you're probably right. There's probably more to it. And he'll glance over at Theodosia. I think his worry here is if the island is currently undergoing civil war, these ships could either be used to sway the fight one side or the other, or, a more malicious version, to gain our own ground and foothill upon those islands. Seeing as they are in turmoil, a fight between the ruling party and a group of rebels. Since the king's passing and the disappearance of their son, given the regent now ruins, it seems that things have gotten heated.
Well, I don't want to be associated with an occupying force, especially since that's going to lead to a long, protracted change in the status quo.
Yes.
We will be colonizers, invaders and colonizers.
That is a worry. If some of the other islands decide that they don't like that, then that could lead us into further war. If nothing else, just occupying these lands would create a new dynamic upon the Shattered Lands. Sagranis speaks. I got something. He said that this was for Lucius, and it would help him find what they're looking for. And he pulls out a wooden box, a small wooden box, and opens it up and points it towards you. And there's like a compass inside.
What's this?
Lucius Senior, I guess, dropped it off shortly, about an hour ago or so, with me. He said it would help guide you towards this fellow you're looking for, or more towards a source of demonic energy strong enough. So I guess it depends on how much this creature, as this crow fellow, or whoever's occupying his current soul or body, would have that demonic essence with him. But he said that the divination abilities directly weren't allowing him to look on him, but that this should sense more the surrounding source of demonic energy, and as it grows stronger, would provide a better pull.
Hopefully this works, and in the process we can rescue our friend. Before I forget, it's only a point in the book that they found, the section where it has the payment to the mercenary. I don't know if this is proof enough, but it might be the proof we need of him slaying the mayor. I mean, for her to be keeping him in her pocket, and especially so expensive, he must have done something.
One would think. Look over to Theodosia. Well, I mean, there's definitely something there. It doesn't explicitly say that she paid him to kill, although removal of the problem seems to indicate such to me. Nothing else.
I was
could be more
wondering,
questions.
Is there any way you can take a look at this and see if maybe you can see something we might not see, or maybe it might have a magical enchantment or some kind of coding?
Yeah, I certainly could try. Take us a little bit of time. And I know various methods to see if there are some more hidden instruments. If anyone done any detecting of magic or identification on anything?
Nope. No, we did nothing.
We just took a glance at it, figured that you're the expert.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that would be the easiest first step. She closes her eyes, and when she reopens them, they're almost like glowing, like a soft green coloration.
We've not seen her do this before, have we?
No.
Cool.
She reaches down, touches a couple of the books. Interesting. Closes her eyes. They appear normal. Sagranis, would you mind dispelling some magic upon these two? Alright. He'll pull him over and start performing some incantations. And after a few moments, there we are. She opens them up. That's a simple enchantment, I suppose it was, but very effective. So she lets you see certain things, and then she turns it, and now, like, the pages, which it looked like she had sparing notes in places, are now, like, filled in with information. More detailed notes. And it was almost like the pages and what you were reading were, like, redacted. And
Cool.
It's now filled in fully.
We saw the titles, not
Yeah.
the full story. Okay.
Yeah. So, your part about MDT seems
Yeah.
like she did hire him. It says here to kill him. He failed his first attempt, anyways. And she had to pay a second operative to assist.
I wonder if that person's the one that could change their shape, the one that looked like me.
Yes.
Is there a name?
Agela Kuntali.
Is there enough information here now that you think maybe something can be done about her power hunger?
Oh, I think we can make some moves now. I mean, it has pretty much all of her very illegal dealings. Implication directly with the death of a senator. All of which is for sure something that we can look into.
So we'll arrest her right now?
We could. I would make the move, yes. Do you guys want the honors, or should I send others?
A little backup wouldn't be bad, but we should probably do it ourselves.
How much are we getting paid?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Your normal pay is there, plus we'll see about some bonuses, maybe.
We're clearing our name in heroic manner. This is the stuff that sagas are made of. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at him real quick, and I'm gonna be like, guys, come here real quick. We actually did it. We didn't fuck up this time.
Huh? What?
Of course.
Are we to kill her or are we to arrest her?
Arrest.
Arrest would be preferable. I'd like her to squirm a little bit.
Okay.
Besides showing our king and others the full extent of her treachery may put a dampering on this building of a new fleet and perhaps force a new vote in the Senate.
Before we storm the castle, is there any paperwork we may get so that way when we show up to the hotel, we can just pass through and not be bothered?
Oh, I mean, I can give you a seal that, marks you
That would be wonderful.
a writ of being my shield wardens and that this is an official act under my authority. And she'll walk over to a desk that's like off to the side in the room, pull out parchment, start writing down quickly. Basically, like, this document hereby authorize the bearers to arrest and detain Senator Helle Mikati.
Look at this. I didn't even have to make these ones up. They're real.
And then she drips some wax on there and presses her seal into it. Hands it
Fantastic.
out to you guys.
Lucius is gonna approach the Duranas, and in Elven he's just gonna go, I never doubted you, my friend. I owe you a lot, and he'll go and like give him like a little hug.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
We could have not done this without you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure you would have figured it out eventually. She thought to use detection. I hadn't even figured Senator had any magical inclination towards these sorts of things, but I suppose in hindsight, that's a pretty cheap enchantment to be placed on something.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's hiding out in plain view, no one's ever going to be looking at it, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate the brazenness.
Has a certain panache.
I'm gonna grab the what is it called, compass out of the box. When I grab it, do I feel anything?
I mean, there's a resonance of kind of like a divine energy born within.
Pocket.
A thought occurs to me before we go on this journey to arrest her. If she has magical means, she may have a way of communicating, which may mean that she can communicate to her textile factories and to the other companies that are building. So we either have to take her out very quickly, or we consider arresting everyone else first and then her last.
The same may be said, though, for the others towards her. If they have this open communication, you say.
Yes.
Not to
I
mention,
guess.
she's here.
Yeah. All right. No, you're right. Okay, fine.
I mean, if we take off the head, the body's eyes. So.
Another thing that occurs to me is these are very sensitive documents. Did you replace them with something similar, or create a facsimile, or anything?
Nope.
So
Nope.
there's a very good chance, especially if she had any reason of questioning her rooms or see if there was anything out of place, that she might indeed have decided to move on.
Well, then maybe we should go and get her the now.
Yeah, we should go in very haste.
Have we seen any ships leaving the island?
I mean, there's always ships coming and going, so the
Yeah.
as far as that directly for Randall's memory would be pretty tough to ascertain. You could perhaps look at the docks, the ones closest to where she was staying. She usually travels on a private or mostly private ship that she utilizes. The New Dawn.
Okay.
I would check there first. If it's gone, then she should probably be gone too. If she's still there, you could either scout it out or,
So from where she is, I can look out over the entire bay and see all of the docks. Is it there?
This would be like on the other side, because
Yeah, I can still see that, right? It's not that far away.
it's a pretty good distance. It's
Oh, really?
yeah. It takes you quite a while to walk across the city, so it would probably be a couple of miles to get a good view from where you are. Over.
Okay.
But you see ships it's hard to make out, even with your elven eyes.
What are you even
script
good
on
for? If you can't do this one thing,
I mean, you can give me a
one moment,
perception
a
check.
chance to be elvish and useful. But no, you're useless.
I'll give you the chance if you want.
I gave you advantage in chat like a while ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't feed into my whole process of hating being an elf. So I'm enjoying that way too much. So what? Investigation, I guess.
This would be a perception because you're trying to spot it from a distance.
All right, here we go. Normal roll.
Self-loathing elf.
I rolled a number.
And that number would be.
You guys. Here I go. Oh, my dang.
Oh.
19.
19. So you're able to kind of pick out where the hotel is and the nearest dock. And it does appear that there's at least there's a couple of boats docked up at that nearest dock. Now, you can't tell whether it says the New Dawn, but there does appear to be a boat that seems to be a lot of activity aboard. You can see what looks kind of like ants moving around aboard the ship.
Idosha, we need your ship now. Send word ahead. We're going to take it over right now, and we're going to go over to the other dock from here.
All right.
Okay. So gonna run out and call for the others. Let's get on the boat. We'll cross over, and we can block off that other boat before it does one.
All right.
At the very least, we can keep pace with it.
And you guys book it towards the docks, and there is up here on like the point of Tribune's, like this Tribune point here, there is a dock that is heavily guarded. There are 3 ships there, one of which you can tell is just starting to be, like, the sails are starting to be unfurled. People are starting to get to work. It is a fairly large commanding ship, which you spot on it. There's a black and white symbol of like 2 masts on it. And it's the tragedy is on the back of the ship as the name.
Okay, that is interesting. Are you all with me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
All right, cool.
With the way, my friend.
Lucius, conscript some of these men to come with us on the ship.
The guards, right?
Yeah, they're all big, mean, and ugly, but maybe recognize some of their motifs.
I'll go up to them. I'll smack my spear and do the shield thing. You two with me now.
They glance at you, and they kind of recognize the tone and the rank, and they salute and they turn and kind of follow along with you.
I'll tell them we got traitors in their ship. Do whatever you must to stop it from leaving the port.
All right. Yes, sir. And they fall in line as you guys head towards the ship.
Can I call for one of the soldiers to send word to the captains of the other 2 ships and say that we're a shield warden's business under purview of Theodosia McCrilly? You will actually send up those ships, and you will block off the exit from Gratos, and you'll do that now. And I will carry on heading off to our ship.
One of those ships is the Tribune's. Not sure I have any sway, but the other one I'll get going.
Okay.
And he runs over and starts shouting at the other captain. As the captain of the tragedy, a halfling fellow in a black and white garb.
My guy.
Flowing cape. He's got a pair of like firearms, like pistols strapped to his waist.
I'm rocking my black and white studded leather, and I give him a symbol so he gets to see my cufflinks again.
He nods. Come aboard, boys. We're working on it.
By the way, the ship we're trying to stop, how far away is it from us right now?
It's a good ways away right now. Like, the bay itself, like, the opening of this bay is probably about half a mile or so wide. Like, it's a pretty big
Okay, I was just wondering if I could do something when we get in the ship. Could I hold an action so once we get close to it, if we can stop it, I can start throwing firebolts at the sails?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. There's
I don't even know if it's the right ship yet.
I don't give a
It did something wrong.
Doing the equivalent of like running into an empty drug raid. Like, oh, nobody here.
We came all this way though.
Everybody freeze. Wait. Where is everybody?
SWAT set up, like everything.
It takes a few more moments as before lines are cast off and your ship starts to pull away from the dock and make it out towards crossing towards the other side. The other ship, you can see activity out of the two other ships on your dock. One of them is starting to work on it, but it's not like a speedboat where you just turn on an engine and they go. There's a process, and if the crew wasn't fully ready or even present, that will take some time. But they are moving on that dock. Across the way, you see that ship start to like pull out and maneuver away from their dock as you guys draw closer.
I'm blowing out my cantrip of gust at the sail.
Okay.
Like consistently pouring it on. Having zero effect.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out Daisy and send her to do a flyby off that boat that's only just being pulled out now.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Bless on all of us.
Okay.
I'm just running.
In place.
We're
very
on
quietly.
the boat, no?
Yeah.
Yes, you don't even see me.
What are you running?
Where is it?
He's just doing the running man, you know.
Are we going toward? I thought we were running toward the ship.
Yeah,
We're
you
on
guys
the
are got on your ship.
We're on.
You're on your ship. Like you're on Theodosia's ship. The
How
tragedy.
close are we to the other ship, though?
Pretty far still. Like
Okay, never mind.
so, we'll say the bless is going to be right before you guys get within, impactful range. All right, your ship is starting to make it towards her, and he's taking a kind of a trajectory to block them from going like up and out, so he's gaining some altitude on it at the moment.
Get above it.
Smart.
Is there some sort of protocol or something that we're aiming to do here? It's been a while since I've done any boarding actions. He calls
Stop
out.
them. We will board 100%. Oh, do we need to tell them that? Can we?
At least the ship we're
Can
on,
we
I
hail
guess.
them? Is there like a ship megaphone or anything like that we can call to their other ship?
We use flags.
Flags. Can you send a message?
I can try. What do you want to tell them?
Stop.
Halt
In the name of the law.
Yeah.
Love or law?
I was going to say stop or else, but that works.
Law. Yeah.
It's that elven accent. It's tough for us halflings.
That's racist.
I just sit back and laugh at this.
That's so stupid. So,
Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, no, I understand. I had to respond. I only had that way to respond. I've painted myself into that corner.
You see a younger, like, female dressed in the, like, black and white. Like, this ship seems to be decked out that way. Like, most of the crew are dressed in the black and white. Like, they're all decked out. And they go up to the front and starts waving flags.
Okay.
They're not responding, Captain.
Do you have any artillery, or do you have any boarding equipment?
Or can you drop your anchor on them?
Say, why don't we just feather fall on top of them?
I'm gonna start right now, like with my firebolt, because I was holding it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Are
about
we
to.
above them just now?
You're starting to, like, you're ascending, and they seem to have been ascending, and then they see you, and they're starting to turn, but there's still a pretty good distance between the two ships here. As you
How much distance are we talking about at this point?
I mean, you're probably getting closer to like a quarter of a mile or so, as they're like it's a distance. They're ships; they don't move, even in the air. Like they're not jets.
So about 300 feet away, then.
Well, a mile is 5,000, so half that's 2,500, and then a quarter of that is 1,200 something.
A mile is 5,000 feet?
5,280 feet.
Someone Googled that before the game.
No, I'm just a nerd. I know stupid shit.
I don't know if we'd be able to, but when we get in range, I'm gonna toss some fireballs at the sails.
Yeah. No, I'm keeping in mind things. Well, we've got a couple of ballistas and 3 cannons on each side.
You got ballista and you got cannon. Do you have any pitch?
We don't, actually. This isn't a typical military vessel.
No, that's fine. I can make that for you. Okay. How far can those ballista fire?
Accurately, 3, maybe 400 feet if we got the right angle. Unaccurately, probably push that out twice that.
Can you fire one for me just now? Aim towards them. We know we won't hit, but we want to send a warning up to them.
All right.
And I'm going to use my creativity to create a large barrel of pitch tar.
Sadly here, I will have to pull the fact that you made a key this morning while you're breaking
Open the
into
chest.
her place.
I did. Oh no. Stupid key.
Sorry.
That's all right. Well, we should still fire one across the bow anyway.
No problem. They actually take the head of it and they wrap it with some cloth and they light that on fire and they shoot it out.
I'm like, well, I guess you can do that too. You don't even leave it. I don't care. It's fine.
I mean, it burns out pretty quickly because it's not like thought out or well designed, but it's enough to give like a quick like burst of light as it goes out and then dwindles.
I asked them to send up another message saying, we only want Hellas. Everyone else on the ship can be let go, but you must stop now.
The flag operator pauses for a moment trying to figure out how to say certain things and then starts waving frantically. There's no like Hellas in our thing, but leader work?
Sure. Yeah.
Captain, whatever. I don't know.
Senator, Lord, Lady.
Looking like a 90s raver.
Yeah.
Mental cutting shapes going on right now.
Oh man. So you guys are slowly gaining on them as they're trying to maneuver and find a position. It's almost like they're starting to like spiral so they can gain enough altitude to go away from you guys. And so even though like you're gaining on them as they're maneuvering, but they're slowly starting to turn to make it. So you're still gaining because your ship seems to be fairly decent in the speed department. But it's starting to go slow, but you're getting there. Behind you, a good distance, there seems to be your other ship that you tried to sequester or commandeer, is starting to slowly like ascend off the docks.
Yep, they're gonna be super useful.
Yeah.
All right.
You got to back up.
Yep.
So you've got a couple of guards on board your ship that you've commandeered. There seems to be a crew aboard this ship as well. They are manning the forward ballista at the moment. There's one like large ballista up front. There's one behind, like up on the back, on the quarterdeck, where the captain is currently personally manning the helm. And there are 3 cannons on each side as you're starting to slowly gain. Is there anything in particular you guys are doing as you make this, or anything?
These ballistas, are they just pure ballista bolts, or are they like a big fishing? Like, have they got a rope attached to them? Like,
yeah. So if you go over and kind of take a look at these, you'll see that majority of the bolts are indeed just bolts, regular. But then you will spot that there are 2 that are kind of like set separately, each with a like large sturdy chain that's attached to the ship itself as well, so that they could be fired into something and gain some sort of like grapple position.
I'll suggest that we load them up ready, or at least have them next to it when we get close enough.
Yeah,
I'm assuming the range on these ones are shorter than the.
Yeah, quite a bit. Just looking at the chain, you're probably thinking 100, 150 feet at max, without measuring it.
And Hendrix is still wearing the Lucius's muscles, essentially. Yes?
Yeah, pretty
Pretty
much.
much. We never traded back, so
You haven't asked for them back. You just randomly gave them to me, and I'm just like,
we were in a hurry. He forgot about it, so it is what it is. I got magic.
I got magic. I don't need that stuff.
I was thinking maybe, and I say this to Pios, how would you feel if I made you big
That would
and
be.
then I made us small, and then you fired us out of your catapult at the enemy?
What catapult? I do not own a catapult.
Your sling, your magical, your powerful sling.
You can make you that tiny. Made me
probably
that
a bit of
big.
a head rush.
I can make you.
We are on a ship.
Yeah, I hear you.
You do notice as you're going that they have turned westward, which will go back over the island itself, because Gratos is on the eastern edge of that particular island. Not that necessarily helps, but
It does if they need to make a crash landing, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you guys do something like, I don't know, slingshot somebody over the edge and miss.
We miss. What's this negativity all about? Yeah, no, it's an insane idea, and I've looked at the numbers, and I don't know if it'll work because I'm an elf at the moment and not a halfling, which would mean I could have been. But we can make you small and fire you off using the ballista. You could just hold on to it, and we could just fire you away.
Oh, you mean make him tiny?
Yeah.
I am fine with this.
I love it.
Wise choice.
I'm just
See
like,
what his magic did to him.
I'm enjoying the idea that we're having this panicking moment as we're going on this chase, but the chase is actually quite slow, so we have a chance to have that cat maybe munch on a sandwich as we're watching.
Lucius is juggling fireballs,
waiting to throw.
Getting ready. Like,
if you
get aboard here,
send me over there, I can now super stealthily move about the ship and take out key components to disable the ship.
Do you have a
that's
bag
the way
of
to
holding?
think.
Does anyone have a bag of holding?
No.
Or a hole? It'd be great if we could get you on board, sneak about, find Hellas, take her, and then get back onto the ship for us.
I could put the bag over her head, and then we wait 10 minutes, and then she's ours.
Should also be dead.
Good question. Any of you guys can give me a dagger and like a bow or a
I gave you a
crossbow?
dagger.
Yeah, but I asked for one when it hurt.
I got
Gave Randy my longbow.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why
Since
is it?
I'm not gonna be using my strength at the moment, I might as well fight like a rogue.
Do you want these back? And I'll just gesture. Do you want these back now before we forget?
It's gonna take too long to.
Hold on.
I'm not going to benefit at all from them, really. Do you want them?
Sure, I'll take them back and
look at the speed of this chase. By the end of it, you might.
Maybe.
Okay, GM. Last insane idea. Could I give a small Pios, a reduced Pios, my Seeker's Dart dagger, and he could hold on to it, or perhaps just be riding it like a broomstick, if you will, and then have that placed on top of a ballista, fire that one off in the direction of the ship. If he's holding onto that dagger, gripping it with his legs, his teeny tiny legs, as he zooms through the air, would that dagger not in fact propel him to what his chosen target is, which indeed at this moment he can see?
Oh my gosh. The downside, the downside is that the literal wording of it is that when it's released, so part of the casting is him releasing it. And even
right, so if I release it, then when I am firing it from the ballista, it is released at that moment, and he's just riding on top of it.
I'm gonna say no.
So close.
I love the idea that you're trying to fire Pios at the ship, and I'm cool with us figuring that out. Just with a couple of caveats that if you're firing a ballista bolt at a ship, they will probably be watching it. And if said ballista bolt had a gnome attached to it, no matter how small that gnome may be,
10 centimeters.
I ain't judging. They probably would spot a gnome. Given also that the characteristics of a ballista bolt, not designed to be fired with a gnome attached to it, would probably be very tough to hit your target. But all that given, do as you will. I'm down for it. I'm just saying.
Hey, I hide behind the shaft of the ballista bolt like a tree whenever I do.
They'll never see me if I hide perfectly behind this thin.
I'm tiny. I'm tiny.
But so is a familiar.
Arnold in True Lies hiding behind the lamppost.
Yeah, a familiar like an owl or something like Daisy is considered to be a tiny creature.
But
right?
Could a tiny creature carry a tiny creature?
Is Daisy a tiny creature or is she a small one?
You're a genius.
She's an owl, so I believe.
Yeah, I think they're tiny.
Yeah, a tiny creature should be able to carry.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah, for sure. Like you could probably shrink him and then have Daisy fly him over.
I don't even hear the rest of that sentence. Enlarge, reduce, bam, take it. I've been waiting on this for 11 episodes, you sons of bitches. Enlarge,
I guess I better
reduce.
call Daisy back. Yeah.
And you know what? Just to make things a little bit better, I'm even going to like enlarge Daisy just a smidge as well, okay? So she's not pure tiny.
Oh my gosh. Perfect. Awesome. Is that concentration spell or?
Oh no! Please don't tell me it is, and I'm
You
doing
can
one of
only
them
guess
at a
it was.
time. Hold on.
I would say that Randy would
is.
know that. So.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
in the large. Yeah, so I just do the reduce,
Okay.
and he's just gonna have to deal with that size.
No problem. Cool. So you send Daisy over with Pios.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So we have this scene
pursuing.
I'm riding the owl.
here. You got Pios riding the owl as it comes after this other ship. You guys have gained some altitude faster than they did. They're kind of ascending, but they're also flying out, starting to cross over the island itself. There's mountain ranges in the distance. The ground is, sailing by as you're making the approach. You're starting to get closer and closer, and I think that is a great place for us to stop for the day, because this will be a fun battle. I just gotta prep it properly, because damn was I not expecting you to the two ship battle thing. I was like, oh, they'll probably take her in the streets or catch her at the docks.
Nope.
I love it. I love it.
You don't get to create a setting with airships and expect us to not get an airship battle at some point.
It was at some point it was definitely going to happen. I just wasn't expecting it for this point, but that's okay. I love it. Thank you very much, watchers, for participating in chat, helping us out while helping them out with their roles and everything. Joining us for the conversations is always awesome to see you guys in there. There was a comment about how it was very Master and Commander-esque, like where the fight scenes just take forever because you're waiting for the ships to maneuver. But I was like, A, I wasn't ready for this air combat, and B, I'm like, it would take a while to like traverse, but I'm excited for this, so I want to do it justice. Thank you very much for joining us here, and if you're around American tonight time, because we're playing in 4.5 hours the Princess Apocalypse game. So join us then, and we'll catch you guys next time. Let's find out what happens. Will Pios plummet to his death on after a familiar gets shot out of the sky? Who knows?
But come back and give me advantages on my rolls.
Yeah.
And that way, nice things happen.
But either way, we love all of you, and thanks so much, guys.
Bye.